Hey guys, it's really good to see you again, see your smiles through the camera. And today I want to talk about something really personal that I take, and it's a topic that heats me up and gets me really pissed off, and it's about colleges and their award letters that they send to students. And it seems like for the past 4 or 5 years they've been targeting first generation students, and it's really pissing me off. And I got one of these letters too, so stay tuned.
Shall we begin?
Hey guys, welcome to SimpleChew. I'm your host Hank, and today I want to talk about those award letters that a lot of colleges send when you start applying for colleges. And these award letters are financial aid topics that talks about a lot of how you're gonna pay for college, and it really is pissing me off in the past 4 or 5 years, the type of letters that have been sent to students, because I have a lot of friends who are first generation students that they're gonna go to college for the first time, and they are the first family members that's going to college. So and those letters get really confusing for a lot of students. They don't know what the hell's going on in there, man. It gets me really pissed off because it feels like schools are making it more complicated every year, and they're hiding things. So I'm gonna go over a couple of things that you need to be aware when you're reading those financial aid award letters. They get really confusing. I hate the shit out of them. And some of the things that they don't mention is crazy, because it's super important for you to make that decision before you go to school. School is really expensive now, and that's kind of debt that you can't default. You have to pay that debt somehow, and it's really scary. But when you're starting, you're really excited because some school send you a letter and it's giving you all this money, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go to the school, and then you don't understand that letter, what's going on behind it. So I'm gonna go behind the curtain and tell you what's going on there, and it's really spooky. So one important thing that you need to figure out when you are looking at this award letter is that you need to separate that total amount that they are giving you as financial aid and how much is loans in that financial aid money they're giving you. Because a lot of these award letters are not separating scholarships, grants, any work studies with loans. They are all combining them together and then giving you this total number. At the end of the day, they're telling you, you can go to our school for free, but you're not aware that in that total number, you have to get some loans. It could be personal loans, it could be state loans. You don't know what kind of loans you have to take. So you need to ask a lot of questions on that total, what's involved behind it. That's something that frustrates the shit out of me, because they don't tell you that kind of stuff. And you have to call your the financial aid department in your school and ask them to break it down for you even further. Some of them don't do this stuff, so you need they don't tell you until you accept the offer, and then they break it down, which is super terrible, because now you're stuck with that loan if that's what it is. But I always ask a lot of questions and to find out what's going on in that total, because they're not gonna tell you. Another thing they're not gonna tell you in that letter is they're only paying for your first year of college. It takes 4 years or 5 years to finish a degree. So you need to find out how much they're gonna give you for the following couple more years you're gonna be there. Because the first year they're gonna give you you can go to the school for free, and there's gonna be loans in there that you didn't expect. And then for the second year, they're gonna give you less because you're not committed, and now you have to take more loans. And now it's like a snowball effect, and now you're taking more loans and more loans because you're getting close to finishing, but you're not realizing how much you still owe from the first year, and then for the second year and third year and fourth year, and then you miss a class, or you fail a class on your third year, and you miss one on your fourth year, and now it becomes 5 years. Now 5 years, they're not gonna give you more financial aid. Now you have to get a whole loan to pay the whole tuition and your books and your meals, and if you stay in there, your housing. So it gets really expensive real quick, just because one letter promised you 1 year of school, and they didn't tell you there were loans in that first year. So you need to ask a lot of questions. You need to open your mind about this, because is a really financial burden that can stop you from progressing in your adult life, because when you start in college, some of us are kids. I didn't understand this at first. School is a really good investment on yourself. I'm not saying that it's bad for you to go to school, that all schools are bad, but I just want you to protect yourself, that to read all those letters really carefully, and always think about the financial aspect of going to school, because it's really easy to get lost in the excitement of going to school, especially if you're at the first school that you really wanted to go accepts you. But then when you get to be an adult, you graduate, then you get stuck with that loan, and then you start thinking, well, now that I got a degree, I'm gonna get a job. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult, because even if you become a doctor, you got 7 years of residency, and that's low paying, and then you start getting the big bucks, and then you want to get married, then you want to go on vacation, and then you have a kid. It gets really, you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully after watching my video, you guys are more aware of what's going on in those award letters that these colleges have been sending, and always ask them to separate what's a loan, what's a grant, what's a scholarship, because a grant and a scholarships are not the same thing. You have to pay taxes on that scholarships. A grant you don't. So you always have to be aware of what's going on in your pocket, because they're gonna be taking it, and then you have to pay it. And it's costly, and sometimes it takes years and years and years to pay these loans, or if you owe to the IRS, it does even worse. And you always have to be on the lookout for this stuff, because they don't care. They got your money, and now you're on your own after you graduate. You can go back and complain, but that doesn't do anything. So read those award letters carefully, and share this video to someone who is first generation college student, is the first one in their families to go, and hopefully they don't get trapped in this craziness and excitement, because it's really exciting to go to school, and I know it's hard. Always remember to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Real SimpleChew, and always remember, keep it simple.